Touch delay, everyone. We will recite the Ngöndro liturgy together.
Guru Bema Bawo Gan Soda Jeba Damje Kugarada Sonda Ngaje Loya Doje Gum Ribara Jarje Go Dala De Chadrilje Chada Jede Zilje Dunje Namgara Jembara Injuru Chelamanga Drenzo Nanji Medalando Jejeze Dedadanga Zomzem Jenam Semloma Denjingandona Tezene Chul Bena Warajan Mando Doin Jur Bezem Jela Purare Do Benal Jorne Chinga Jene Zojem Benjel Palama Jeje Jone Linga Yenda Nyomine Tende Zango Bede Laba Lejawai Duje Jala Jo Nere Nyam Bejendero Arangende Nirombai Kelamanga Dzonandi Medage Gozom Jenjero Medage Gozom Jenjero Medage Gozom Jenjero Olazo tene deje la longku de nyamdo saruna shuyu.
Now we will do the exhalation of still breath for 9 times.
Lazo tene deje la soldem dan julap shue de indu sazu chizu do konbe ne nama guru romba che la ngoz tawa lamba yimba te la teba da meba tsejibe to ne soldem dan ro na solde chebe kabla ne tuzum sanje tamji ngo lama rembo che ken ne nge tanda Ngöndro kumgu yoba yin zang Ngöndro ji tuni yagbo ji gyula jeba na labar do danda Changju ji sem rinpo ji kumgu yozang ne Changju ji sem namba nyebo de gyula anchuma mayimba ji jeba te nane da tereng do ji nga zo 장주 예섬남 섬낭 내자한테는 주바섬제 낭 내자한테는 소사에 연락도 좀 보면 인상 근데 돈 진짜 말로 봐야 뭐 줄을 제와 쇼지 제와 진짜 랍도 소산데 솔드 제용도 라마토 제바 전부 돈의 샤우 분당의 제비고네 너라니라 나와 전송 삼 라마 오두슈네 네라니라 팀 anything 네드네 아니 줄lunga 예좀다 라메 고송 도좀 예메던 조송 삼 아니 대제라 잠도 조신 살다바네 송네네 잠도 샘제든 상마 냠냠도 송로나 슈이
Now it's time for supplication and receiving the blessings. As usual, first visualize Guru Rinpoche on top of the crown of your head and realize that in essence he is your root guru while appearing as Guru Rinpoche. And then with deep faith and devotion, supplicate to grant the blessings. Supplicate to grant the blessings to give rise to the authentic meaning of the preliminary practice. And since we are currently contemplating on the bodhicitta or arousing of bodhicitta, supplicate to grant the blessings to generate the two types of bodhicitta. And also, since we are now going to contemplate on the bodhicitta application bodhicitta, and also within it the accumulation part, and we are going to contemplate on the seven branches, the practice of seven branches. Supplicate to grant the blessings to give rise to the authentic meaning of these practices. And after that, after supplicating such, uh, visualize that the Guru grants all the blessings, and then after granting the blessings, he melts into light and dissolves into ourselves, making the body, speech, and mind of oneself and the Guru indivisible. After that, we will continue with our recitation of the refuge and the arousing of bodhicitta.
balden zawe lam rembo je dage joro beme de la kanden chembe kone jesu kozon to je ngondro zal do zu de zono zanje dam je je ngo lama rembo je je dage ju me je tro chen je lam do zu salam je do ba je bara je ju la je wara je je la do zu se de ne la o zan zo ba je lam jo dar je bara je je lam do zu de zum san je dam je ngo lama rembo je je dage ju min je drol wara je je lam do zu samlam je do ba je bara je ju la je wara je je lam do zu se de ne la o zan zo ba je lam jo dar je bara je je lam do zu de zum san je dam je je ngo lama rembo je je dage ju min je drol wara je je samlam je do ba je bara je ju la je wara je je lam do se de ne la o zo zo ba je be lam jo dar je chen je lam do zo zo wa de zo lama rembo tu ben do jen jen je je kalmen da la re za ju le tu ye yer men je bara je je lo dun je za je jen gam bon zo we ba zam jin ge dun bo yang ga we zo be ma da do je be de za we lam guru dema rizhen chudom jazu korje guru dundu yedam yanda yeru chenan jude yedam la yezu yezu jumde jaja durba choju de zum zanje namje guru kyabdo te zum dambe chena mendur shumara sari chadanje yundo changzin nyerang kendu parzam junshin yalga chara de kanju tamje tamje jindra toje donga jela siji te dundo tada bame chanye barme kanyam semjin gun hime den nyemboro jabaji korwe zone tardu seji kozum kube jabzo jo waranju namo dada kanyam semje malu lama sanje joda gedu yedam babu kanjo juju toje jede namla jabzo jabyulanam ozerenge dajenge dedam chonwaran juru gonje jalwa sedan jena lame janjo jodo doje taja manjuro kanyam jogo penda ledo sanje jo baranje Om Re Re Zembe Manjune Lazu Choju Jabyo Namla Jaza Ozo Jorda Ile Juwa Ye Ozan Juje Namga Kawi Sodara Janjo Zembe Labada Reze Ngaje Damze Nyamja Pada Zozu Jewe Zonam Ye Kyaze Jeba Jela Je Dayan Jowa Tunga Turbala Pemba Jedara Zambej Alba Jewa Zamye Jinyen Do Jowe Dunjire Nyangan Nyame Dage Dozuma Zabe Gewa Jogon Janjo Nyemboro Domjire Ngo Zonam De Jogon Dedade Tunga Gondra Dalami Tunga Mebe Deda Meja Chugun Nyamne Danyam La Dejo Lazo Neta Yanjar Nganzu Ngöndro Meji Rimba de Lebio Duzana Ngöndro de la Tumungchi Ngöndro Lodo Nama Shidin Zoche Tumung Nangi Ngöndro de la Kyabro Senje Dorsen Komde Mendra Laminaljo Dende Yobale Tatanda Tejen Lamjin Juguam Tejen Lamji Shie Tang Tsawa Tauru Kyurbade Janju Shodo Semje Ba Yindu Semje Den Lazo Nukomshe Ba Yin
Again, we are contemplating on the stages of preliminary practice. There are two types of preliminary practice. The outer preliminary practice that consists of the four mind changings, and the inner or extraordinary preliminary practice, which consists of uh, the five uh, the five subcategories. Within the five categories, we are currently contemplating on the bodhicitta, the foundation or the root of Mahayana. So now we will continue with the contemplation on the bodhicitta.
Ninda Chanju Chuda Semje Ba De La Momba Semje Juba Semje and then Yobale Tanda Ngazo Da Jubi Semje Nangtse Ni Yela Tumba De Ni Karsore Tanda Salda Beyi
So among the two types of bodhicitta, the bodhicitta in intention and the bodhicitta in application, we are currently contemplating the second one, the bodhicitta in application, and within the bodhicitta in application, we will now uh, contemplate on the seven branches, the practice of seven branches.
아니 연락된바데 아니 소사 대장 제반 선남민도 소남사에 나네 아니 뉴바체쇼다 답데오 레라쇼예바 아니 데네지 인상 아니 균도 연락된바 냠면 제소나 아니 배운 좀 요바래
So the seven branches, the practice of seven branches, is the uh, best method of accumulation and purification, and also the best method of accumulating merits. So it is thus beneficial because it is easy for us to practice the seven branches, and also it is the most effective practice among all the practice.
다 연락된베 갑소양 네 셈제라 인도 Ngöndro kapsu da kasa ngöndro je kyabdo je kapsu sokshin salda ba dharang je ni dunda yoba meba cheba ba de ni cheba je jare.
And as we had visualized the field of merit during the contemplation on going for refuge, currently when we are practicing the seven branches, and within it the bodhicitta, the practice of arousing bodhicitta, we need to visualize the same field of merit.
Yala duma nane tangbo ane chaza lue yala yindu ane dunda sokshin salda be ane lama soro gyurbe tene karasa ware yonzo ba tamje la ane ta soso shak soko yindu ane soso lue de tang meba tulko go yore lue de ane sashi chenpo yu dul na nyamba am dul chungchung nangshe jina chang meba ane namke karjab ji tul ane nyamdo dhuwa rindu samshin tamche nyamdo yo ba che ane rangni ji karasa ware langni tanmar jar yongdu ane la yeba de ane tab yomba de sherab ane tab na sherab ni sungdu jubi tohne tab kunju sumla ane chasa ge yo maba che go ware.
So the first of the seven branches practice is prostration, and while prostrating or practicing the first branch of prostration, we first visualize the field of merit in front of us, and then we need to visualize incountable bodies of our own self, as much as the dust particles, and to the expanse of the entire space. We also need to together we also need to visualize all the sentient beings with us. And then when we are ready to prostrate, when we have our two palms joined, the right hand or the right palm symbolizes the method aspect, and the left palm symbolizes the wisdom aspect. So,
ane da tanmar jarwa de ane chizu la dur jar yongdu ane chizu la jar yongdu lui di treba sana mendo da lui le chungwe de tegba da treba tamje ane da ane sanje ji da karasa wore ku doje ji ane modu top sana mendo ane kozong tosum na ne koche ane chogo lungu tulgu na ne tulgu je ne dewo tobi je je kyu che song dene sango wore.
and while prostrating, when we bring our hands above our head, the crown of our head, we have to imagine that all our obscuration of the body, among the three, body, speech, and mind, the obscuration of our body is purified, and we receive the blessings of the Buddha among the Vajra, crown of Buddha, the Vajra, the blessings from the Vajra, and among the body, speech, and mind, we receive the blessings of the body, and among the three kayas, we receive the blessings of the Nirmana kaya.
아니 되는 데잖아 이번에 짐발라 도스토고 그래 짐발라 또 용도 아니 아니지 나지 보네 네 사비 대바다 저바 탐제 다네 아니 상제지 고송통는 송도지 도비 모두 다 줄라 샤바 모두 도비지 사면 줄라 샤바다 아니 롱고 도비는 칼바셔송 아니 되는 전나 되게
Likewise, when we bring our hands in front of our throat, we have to imagine that all our accumulated non-virtuous kleshas or the obscuration of the speech gets purified, and the blessings we receive from the Buddha is the blessings of the speech vajra, and the blessing of the three kayas is the blessing of the sambhoga kaya.
아니 데젤라 숨바데라 담모데 닝갈란자레 말에 아니 소즈 예제 대바 담바당 아니 또 도제모로 되베 예데네 사번 줄라샤바다 아니 초고 되베지 되는 가상 칼바체도 셔송 사메 말에
Likewise, thirdly, when we bring our palms in front of our heart center, we have to imagine that all our kleshas or obscuration of our mind has been purified, and we have accumulated the cause of receiving the blessings of the Vajra mind of the Buddha, and among the three kayas that we have received the opportunity to receive the blessings of the Dharmakaya.
아니 다 달모도 자르와데 코바 동바샤기레 코바 동바샤르데 추구레 아니 동바 동자마마 라바디니 부데스 테네즈네 샤야도와 데샤바데 롱고레 아니 치 남바 아니 템바데 줄고 제르즈나 탈마자르와데 양 고숨촌두고 요레
Likewise, regarding the gesture of the palm itself, uh, when we have our two palms joined together, the inside of our palm is empty. Actually, it is not fully empty. We have our thumbs inserted inside slightly. So the inside, the empty aspect is the Dharmakaya, and the thumbs are the Sambhogakaya. It represents the Sambhogakaya, and the outer form of the palm joined together itself is the form of the uh, Sambhogakaya. So the first, the Nirmanakaya, the last one, the form is the Nirmanakaya. So the gesture of the hand itself represents the three kayas.
테네 데젤라 내가 살라도네 아니 차사그로와 내가 살라도 용도 네 뇽망방아 도자 제나 데모 가자 차도 집에 뇽망방아 담제 장신 다바당 아니 예시행아 된조 아니 토비에서나 민도 아니 꾸응아 된조 아니 두토베 칼바체람나 제그레 람가 트베제 되네 다 희송와 어텐데제네 자기요 말에 근데 디다 차사회 가리샤고레서는 아주 묘몽범 망보열 상마 좀 두고래데 파버도 아니 나제 아니 준비제네 답조 샤고요레
After that, when we prostrate, when we do the actual prostration, we have our 5 points touch the ground and prostrate. What this represents is the 5 points are the five kleshas, the desire, attachment, aversion, pride, and jealousy, all these five poisons are pacified or purified, and we receive or we attain the five wisdoms, and also we attain or we receive the opportunity to accomplish the five bodies of the Buddha, and also uh, we lay the foundation for the following the path, the five paths. Generally, we while prostrating, we do purify the five poisons or the five kleshas, but five afflictions. But primarily, while doing the prostration, it is said that it is an antidote to pride among the five afflictions.
네 다나 슈베 맥바 딘조 큐츠 네 삼로 당로나
So now we will visualize and concentrate on the mentioned visualization.
나서 디네 데젤라 야라 네바 쳬바 불베 야라 임바레
And then the second of the seven branches is the offering.
네다 쳬바 불레 데 뇽몽보 나네 세르네 녜보 인두 데네 간다 땅와암 쳬밤 풀베도 나 임바레
So the branch of offering, as the name suggests, is the general act of giving, giving something to someone else, and also making offering and the likes. It is said that among the five places, it is the antidote to greediness or covetousness.
네 눈도 소신 살다마 데라 판사 메베 토네 능월 존조를 줘봐 나 줘봐 나도 아니 샴여바이나 아니 셔라야보레 아니 데 미나드네 소소지 메도 아니 그 마르메 아니 주상마 오마 싱도 라소바 무슨 저를 쳐봐 소소를 강나가 약부시고요 봐 딘소 아니 가서 거래 샴야다 아니 이주를 쳐봐데 아니 소소 지den데라데는 상와나 야바 미기 통화 나외 토여바 일라 좀 야부 인제 강보 뢰랑네 아니 되는 건조선다 아간다 든지 소신된 줄아네 불바 인 매바전한 적이 요래
For the offering, the branch of offering, as before, we offer to the field of merit without regret, without any regret. We offer the offerings that we have prepared. For the actual offering, we can prepare the seven types of offering. It doesn't matter how you prepare, you can prepare the offering as capable as you are. You can prepare flowers, incenses, and milk, and all other types of offerings to offer the actual offering. And for the imagined offering, we can bring to mind all the pleasurable objects, objects, and then uh, visualize that we are offering them to the field of merit or the three refuse or the receiver of the offering.
네 대단 냠도 군상 주든지 쳐봐 쓰기래 디 하나 소소의 인간네 아니 쳐빌라모 아니 게 난 초베 람마 주로 라조고 초베 람마 망보 지줄 초베 람마 레레지 차라 되는 주인 샵좀 매도 라조고 최제 전에마다 상와 야보 제마 신부 이나라 암조로 녀지 티 팅 가서 단녀부 이나라 라조버더니 되는 남로 망보 그래서 그래 남대요 봐 초베 람마 된 소리 한 초베 단 람마 레레레지 토가내자 초베 람마 빡도 매마 줄 디레레지 토가내 빡도 매마 다데네 다른 데는 망보 줄네 남게 가르잡지 초벨 한번 예줄 초벨 한번 된저지 아니 가서 조용히 샵을 매도 도배 라서바드네 지든지 초베제 상마 야 푸네 이 건조섬 된저라 푸 아니 건조섬 된저지 아니 세송 냐바지 안 된대잖아 미만한 거예요.
Likewise, there is the tradition or method of making offering according to the Kunzang Chodin tradition, in which we first emanate 8 or 16 offering goddesses from our heart center, each of them holding flowers, incense, or objects of offering that are pleasurable, like sound and scent, perfumes, and other similar objects. Next, we have to imagine that each of these offering goddesses in turn emanates furthermore offering goddesses, each of them holding similar kind of objects, the pleasurable worldly objects, and all these goddesses of offering, they emanate themselves so much that all of them cover the whole expanse of space itself. So they are as much as the expanse of space itself. And we have to imagine that all of them are holding these objects of offering and making the offering to the three refuge. And after that, we have to also imagine that while the goddesses are making this offering, the receiver of the offering, the three refuge, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they all accept the offering. Let's visualize and contemplate on it for a while. So now we will contemplate and concentrate on this for a while. So the next branch is the branch of confession.
소소지 룽아 예숨지 대바나 메게와 아니 하고네 아니 제바 윤주레 아마고네 제바 윤주레 아니 다간다 아니 지소소 다르베 뭐네 아니 자와체다 창조 라소바 아니 줘바레 낭장주 선비 라병원에 섬절로에 당바나 파진주는 냠소 말랑바레 상와 장주선 다 가서 로바즈 망가지 보네 아니 가서 그래 라메 고종 토지 아니 담질레 냠발라서 봐 아니 망보주 요세바레 다 된저 상마 아니 나르체바 담저 너샤 코발로 아니 가서 그래 독송만 마신 리민도 제만에 제기매 선냐마자다 나제란 요바나 천제 담짐지 보네 아니 샤바지 고요레 다디 샤바디 제가 녀몽바 찌녀모로지 다 레다 녀몽바 찌녀모 나신차데요레
So for the third branch, the branch of confession, We confess all our wrongdoings that we may have accumulated, whether willingly, knowingly or unknowingly, and we regret all our wrongdoings and we vow not to repeat them again. We may have violated the precepts of Pratimoksha vow, like violating the four main precepts, or consuming intoxicating substances, etc. And regarding the Bodhisattva vow, we may have abandoned beings or may not have practiced, attained perfections. And regarding the the sacred vow of Vidataras, the tantric vow, we may have transgressed from the samayas of one's own guru's body, speech, and mind. We may have committed these or may not have. Either way, we regret our wrongdoings, and we regret all of them, just like we have swallowed a poison. We regret as much as we have poisoned oneself. And after that, we vow not to repeat again, thus regretting what one have previously done and vowing not to ever commit it again. Uh, it is generally the antidote of all five afflictions, the karma and kleshas. So let's contemplate on this for a while.
나서 데네다 데젤라 네 제주이랑 위 네 남자들 자기 여자 아니 파괴 강자다 소소지고 아니 소소 라니 소소이 나래 아니 개와다 개윈도 참마라 가와고모도 단디 지나 녀몽바 타도게 녀버와 데네 윤도 아니 현지 대화 녀와서거와 강자 셴바도 도제네 대화나 다르바도마당 내가 미대와 중요 용어 등소 중바이나 데라 가와군 아주 건조하니 대위 대우 강나 용대도 개위 대우 강나 내대도 야가라서 아니 셴바지 개와 충중 지시가 여바이나다 개와 자천부 지가 여바이나다 데라야 가와군 그래서나다 개와 제 용도 딘도 대화 용도 요래 나 소소단다 대화는 기부 충서 중화이나야 데라 디 규카레레서 두스나 ngarji ne kheware de yore sosoji ngarji be khewade la ya jesu yoran ko mu yore da phaba sosoji wo sana mendo yongzo ji khewadan kewin de sangma la ne kawa kum ko do ande la ya ju sa samodarona.
Next is the branch of rejoicing. Uh, whether be it the cause or causes or the result of happiness or pleasure of the mundane beings as ourselves or the Arya Bodhisattvas, we have to rejoice in the virtuous actions and the result of those actions that any of them are experiencing. Since the rejoice, or rejoicing is the antidote to jealousy. Whenever we see others, whenever we encounter others being happy, or experiencing the result of virtuous actions, we should be happy. We should rejoice in their happiness and in their pleasure. Also, if it is happiness or the result of liberation, it is more the reason that we must be rejoicing. And even though it is, if it is a mundane happiness, we must be happy that it is the result of. We must rejoice that it is the result of virtuous action, and thus whatever the virtuous deeds, whatever whoever is experience such deeds, or who experience these happiness, or whoever is acting upon the virtuous deeds, we have to rejoice in the both the causes and the result of happiness. So let's contemplate on this for a while.
so teni deja la ni chuju korlo koro ne solanda bi yala chanda ge yure.
The next branch is the branch of requesting to turn the wheel of Dharma.
Ni da de chochu na shube ni sanje re changjo semba re ni tajumba re ni rigwa zemba re ni kaso re kejin trublo trujin keba la so ba re ni keba den zo ina re kanda to nyingje zawa na tembe don ne rangni ni tarbe lam la juge ni hen tarbe lam to nge jinye yo ba den zo same ni tambe chuju korlo de ni gyunje me ba no korro na sana solo da bere la ni chuju korlo de yang ni kangsa je kam da wangbo da me ba da chamba je 강나 강도 주고는 주고 볼로되니 또 균미체 반 코로나 산에 네 솔로다베 말에 가야스나다 데로제 솔도 맞잖아 이 산제다 장제서 뭐 망보전에 최춘에 마송네 고만냥을 데도 망보유래 이 산제다 장제서 뭐 최송 마송데 솔데 제겐 유메라라 레고 요상 이 가서 가원에 솔데잖아요 이 리그 유바래 제상대로제 솔데 나오나 슈에래
So the branch of requesting to turn the wheel of Dharma uh, is requesting to the Buddhas or the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, the Aryas and the Vidyadharas, and also the scholars, who all of those who are following the path of the Buddha, or the one who is teaching the path of the Buddha to others. All of them, we request to all of these beings to continuously show the path to other beings, and request them to teach the path or show the path to other beings in uh, according to the disposition of other beings. We need to make such a request because in the there has been countless Buddhas that did not taught the past to other beings, because it relies on the request of requesting them or supplicating them to teach the wisdom or the past to other beings. So, in this way, the request to turn the wheel of Dharma is important.
나서 되는데 제가 냥을에 민다워라 나 솔라다베 말에 아니 다 다나진도 조준나 주비 산제다 잠주산바 아니 년도 다좀바다 아니 된리과선바 망보지 아니 다 그래서 그래요 현는도 공내 공바 해도는 되는 망보셔라래 된존라야한테는 때마다 섬진라 공내 아니 칼바나 칼바바도 아니 꾸제 아니 템버 쇼로나 산다 솔란다 부구이래 어디 아니 교사 솔도 나오나
The next branch among the seven branches is the request not to pass into parinirvana. Similarly, the Buddhas and Buddhas of the ten direction, or the Prateka Buddhas and Vidadharas, they have passed into parinirvana. Many of them have passed into parinirvana after having been enlightened. So we need to make this request for them to continue and not pass into parinirvana, continue to exist for eons and eons and benefit other beings, the sentient beings, for the ultimate benefit of the all the sentient beings.
나서 되는데 제가 뭐하셔야 돼 말에 아니 란다 현지 아니 개위자와 최종 지나 지사요마 아니 대한 뒤숨도 사베 개위자와나 사제 상면이 개위자와 지뭐 탐제 찍는 놈네 아니 로아르도 삼전 탐제 이르는 거 지긴 삼바나 아니 나르디 산제다 잠제 삼바는지 제다른 거봐 마음마 제다른 거를 줘봐 다다 쇼바는지 제다른 거요 뭐시마이마 다하나진다 나야장 뭐기인 뭐만함 지다 봐 탐제 템바다 삼전 탐제 도는 루버 쇼고시 rumna chi marung ruba jalo sejen ni chenju lobshin ruba ta gi chigi nya ba ni wa den de jen na ro na tian chu sam na na shu gi.
The next branch is the branch of dedication. In this branch, we dedicate all the roots of virtue, the virtues that we ourselves have accumulated, the virtues that others have accumulated, and the virtues that vary in size, whether small or big, and the virtues of all the three times, and virtues that are defiled or undefiled. We combine all of these roots of virtues and dedicate for the benefit of all the sentient beings of the six realms in the samsara. We also aspire to dedicate these roots of virtue in the same way like the previous Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have dedicated, and in future the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will dedicate, or in the present, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are making. Also, we make aspiration that may all the dedication for the benefit of Dharma and beings be accomplished, and also may all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas bestow the blessings for these dedications to be accomplished, and may I myself be able to or aspire to do the same. So now let's contemplate on dedication for a while.
So nende chene ta tanda yela dunba ani sunne kabla namye chagbum de le pyndo yona ani yela dunba nyamdo ani chagbum phonna de yure ani de yela dunbe me ba de na na ani cha de bum dona ani de yure.
When prostrating for 100,000 times during the Ngöndro practice, you can also do it with the practice of other seven branches together.
Ani chedang ngazo temro lensum semje lensum yela dunba lensum semechi temachi sunne de majana de yure.
Generally, in a session, we recite the refuge, bodhicitta, and seven branches, all of these three times, and then we recite the four immeasurables one time only.
Ni ta kyabro sadu kyabro ni mekba so che ani nga na kyabro ji tsikde kyorja de ne bum ani ti kaso sa ge de sa yare ani samje kabzu mamba samje yang ta na shin re ani seme shi korang tsikde de ti chi ni ma do ne ma sa na yan tigre.
When reciting these, we recite the refuge while concentrating on the visualization and reciting the words. We either can recite them 100,000 times or 10,000 times. Also, when reciting the bodhicitta of intention, we accumulate or recite them for 100,000 times or 10,000 times. And for the recitation of four immeasurables, we can recite them for only 10,000 or 20,000 times.
Dan ta dun de la sojin tam ju shu rang la tem sa de le ma le myong de tang ngon ro ju sojin tam je wo jin na ma la shu ani so zo la tem song sam tu ne ni rang da shen sam je tam je ji ani ko re dongal da je ba dongal je ju de tam je la tar song sam ye ma re ani de je la je da ngo ma na no je ne de re.
And at the end, when the recitation or the part in the liturgy comes that the refuge melts into light and dissolves into ourself. During that time, we we can visualize. We have to visualize that the whole refuge, the field of merit or the refuge tree, melts into light and dissolves into light. And while dissolving, we imagine that all our fear and suffering are eliminated, or all of our fear and sufferings are pacified. And then after that, we can make the aspiration prayer, aspiration and the dedication prayer after that. Now we will recite the concluding part of the liturgy. Thank you, everyone. Take care, and we will see you next time.